What is up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel where we do shit COLTS way, and we always drinking bush lattes, baby. I like this new hat right here. My mother got this for me for Father's Day. Thank you, Mother. Love you. But it's hot as hell, so your boy just gonna let that mullet flow. By the end of this video, I'm gonna be sweat down, pouring sweat. That mullet gonna be looking right. But today, got a sweet little. I've been wanting to put airbags on the truck for a while now. I got a 3.5-inch lift in the front. I'm stocking the rear. With my deck system, my camper shell, all my tools, I kind of already have a Cali lean. Like my truck's probably like a 1/4 inch high in the front already. When I put any kind of weight on the back, straight Cali lean looks like dog shit. So I've been wanting bags for a while now. We're gonna do a video on how to install them. These are the Airlift Ultimate 5000s. They make an Ultimate regular, or they make a 5000 and they make a 5000 Ultimate. And the Ultimate, the difference between the two is there's an internal joist right here, like an extra bump stop. The 5000 non-Ultimate doesn't have that. I got the Ultimates, I splurged too, big deal. But they also make a 7500. I don't need it. This is for 5,000 pounds. This will do me perfect. The wife and I are going to get a camper here pretty soon, or we're looking to get one. So I kind of wanted to have the bags on it now, where I didn't have to worry about it later. But we'll do the install video like I normally do, take y'all step by step. Here's the two bags. I've never put airbags on before, so I don't know what's going to happen. Here's all the hardware. Doesn't look too terribly bad. You can get, I just got the rubber air hose fittings. You can get braided stainless steel. I didn't get that. And I didn't get a wireless compressor either. I am eventually going to get a wireless compressor. I'm going to get, but I want a twin, like a dual ARB one, and I want to mount it in the bed. So, you know, this was like $400, somewhere around there. The wireless compressor, if you got all that stuff, and with the remote, it had been over 1,000 or close to it. But for as often as I'll use it, this will be perfect. And like I said, when I do put onboard air on the truck, I want to pick the compressor I want anyway. So it's not going to take me 5 minutes to air it up, you know, at the house with whatever I got before I hook the trailer up. But what I'm going to do now is the only thing really I got heavy around here, and not like this is freaking heavy, but I got my truck hooked up to my trailer in the backyard, and I'm going to go put my Ranger. I'm going to drive it all the way to the front of the truck. And I know some Karen's going to be like, who pulls their truck like that? You put the weight over the axle. Well, I'm just putting it up on the front of the trailer so y'all can watch the thing squat. All right, and I'm gonna get a tape measure, and I'll measure before. Then once the Ranger's on there, you know, we'll measure the squat, and then after I have the bags on, I'll air the suckers up, and we'll see, you know, how much it doesn't squat anymore, or you know, it's supposed to. But yeah, I don't pull my trailer with all the weight on the front. Okay, I'm just doing it for the video because I know somebody's gonna say it. Get over it. Let's roll. Alright. So that little line on top of the fender is 43 inches with the Ranger all the way to the front. Alright, I would add that without a trailer, just sitting here normal with nothing else, we're looking at, it's 44 7/8. Damn, we ain't even got done with the introduction of the video. I'm already on my second latte. Mark it down. This is at least a 2 latte job. All right, so first thing I'm gonna do is, I'm not following the directions. I'm supposed to get on there and take the bump stops off first, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna get one of your airbags. I'm gonna show you how to do it on one side. You'll be able to do the other. So these plates are all the same. So you'll see that there's 2 holes that are threaded and 1 hole that's threaded, but it's sticking out a little bit. That's where your air fitting goes, and obviously this hole here is bigger. So that fits on there like this, and then it says, this is very important, it says something about only turn hand tight and then 1/4 of a turn. So put this in here like that. So I'm gonna get it hand tight, or actually hand tight and 3/4 of a turn, I'm sorry. So hand tight, and then it's a 1/2 inch, and then 3/4 of a turn will be right there. Good. All right, so once you got this threaded in there, You're then gonna put this on top like that, and you'll put these two in there, and it says torque them to no more than 20 foot-pounds. I don't have a torque wrench, so I'm just tightening them up. That's how I roll, because that's COLTS way, and that's how I'm gonna do it. All right, then you're gonna get this plate. There's two of these, and you flip your airbag upside down, and be wary where the fitting is. So the fitting's on this side now. You're gonna take two of these long carriage head bolts, put in there, flip it upside down, and this flange right here has to be on the opposite side of the fitting. So the air fitting's on this side. That means the flange just go on this side, okay? And then you're gonna get these bolts right here, and it just threads in to those holes that are right there. I just have to line it there, we have to line it up. So then you just thread those bolts into there. Let me get that done real quick. All right, once you get those snugged up, they're gonna be these little flathead looking Allen head ones. There's only 4 of them, so you'll know. But you'll snug those up, and then you get this bracket right here, and it's gonna go just like that. And you'll put the lock nut and the washer on it, but don't tighten this up. Leave this where it can move a little bit. So I'm gonna do that. I'll just secure it with these, and then I'll be back. All right, so I've got that on there, and it moves freely. The washer and the nuts on there. So that about wraps it up. I'm gonna do the same thing to the other bag and everything else on the other one. And I don't have to show you that because you just saw. So let me do that, and I'll be back. Yep, just turned into a three latte job. Bush. All right, next thing you need to do is go to the truck, find your bump stops. It's 15mm socket. There's one on here, one on the other side. Take those off, okay? And then you're gonna see these things in there from the factory. Okay, this is what the bolts thread into. Take the factory ones out. Take them out. It's gonna take a flathead, just prime out, and then install the new ones. So once I get that done, I'll be hollering. Okay, so I got the bump stop off, and I tell you, get this part right here, and you slide it in here. I'm gonna have to do it with my right hand, so just bear with me. I'm gonna turn the camera off, and I'm gonna put them in, and then we'll go to the next step. And unless you're He-Man, you're gonna have to use a flathead when you get them up there and pry them over. They hard. All right, then you're gonna have 2 of these brackets right here. So get one of them, put your 4 carriage head bolts in there. You know, you're gonna have 8 of them, so there's plenty. You'll know what bolts to get. So, and you're gonna put this with the heads facing up against that, where you just installed those clips. And then you've got these large Allen head bolts that are gonna screw up from them holes into the threads of the clips. I gotta do this one-handed or two-handed, so I'm gonna put the phone down. I'm gonna try to put a stand up here where y'all can kind of get a feel of it. But when you're doing it, you've got to make sure that this notch faces inward. It can't face towards the outside of the truck. It has to face inward, okay? All right, I apologize if the camera's vibrating a little bit. I might hit it or whatnot. So that's going to be threaded there. Let me get this other one. All right, then you just tighten them up. All right, I'm gonna get my ass ragged for this. I know it. I don't have jack stands high enough to raise the rear axle and then set them on the frame and then lower it. So yeah, I had to use these cinder blocks right here. This ain't safe. Don't ever do this. This is what I'm doing because I'm halfway through the video. I got my whole truck tore apart and I can't continue because I've even got 2 huge zip ties on this airbag here trying to compress it, and I couldn't fit it in the gap between there and there. You know, everybody else that does install videos has nice ass damn lifts. Well, I ain't got no lift. This is what you're gonna have to do. So here we go. I got it compressed with these zip ties. I got her jacked up a good bit. She can go a little more. And I'm just simply gonna put that in there real quick, cut my zip ties, it'll expand, and I'll line it up in them bolts. Damn. How fucking hard was that? Damn. Done lost my shit on that one. Okay, so I've got the zip ties cut and I've got it back up in here like this. So you've got these carriage bolts that you had up there. You got to put the holes through there. So I'm going to put them holes in there and put my nuts and washers on both sides and on that back side over there and get it all tightened up, and then we'll move to the next step. Okay, so I've got the nuts on that side and the other side in. When you're putting this bracket in here, you want to make sure these long threaded Allen head bolts that they come down between this and this, and then if I break your phone, and then the brake lines right here, you want them to be on the inside. I don't know if you can see that. You want them to be on the inside of this, so that's important too. But I'm not gonna snug everything up right now. I just got it hand tight, and then the next step is to put a little bracket right here that goes, I'll show you in a minute, but it goes right here. And where the hell's it at? Boy, if I was rich like all these other YouTubers and had lifts and every damn thing else, this would have been great. So next thing you do is put this on, snug it up. You know, I'm gonna do it off camera. You got nuts and a washer. You don't freaking sit there and do that side as tight as you can and then do this side. You get it, you know, up there, and then you do the other side and you make sure it's level, okay? Nobody freaking yanks that one as hard as they can and tightens that. So I don't think I have to show that on camera, but just do that. All right, same goes for this. This right here, okay? This is gonna go on the back side, back here, and you're gonna put this through right there, the top hole. It says put it through the topmost hole. How did I hit that on the first try? On this side, I couldn't even see. Look at that. Put a little hair around it. He said, no, I'm good, son. Right up in there the first try. But anyway, so you put that in there like that and use your nuts and washers and tighten that up the same way, okay? Just like this. You don't freaking yank one side, you do them both, okay? I'm finna tighten this and this off camera, and then I'm gonna tighten these bolts down off camera as well. And then I'm gonna have some damn latte because I'm about to die of thirst. I done lost my temper. All right, now that I've got everything on the left side, or the driver's side done, I tightened everything up, showed you the bolts I was tightening. This is a pain in the ass. So this thing that you did at first when it says to leave it just snug, I'm gonna tighten this one up just a little bit more, but I'm still gonna leave it to where it moves a little bit because it's very, if I come in here, that nut is right there. So I'm having to come in between my tire and the fender. I've been in there for like 10 minutes. And that's how you're gonna have to tighten this one. It's a freaking pain in the ass. Got to be a better way when you inventing this, but after you got to turn your wrench because it's not going to get it every time, and you have to go to the other side and fight it too. But that's the only way I can figure to get it. And if you got your phone or something, you can do this where you can see, and it will help. But I would kind of tighten it just a little bit more than I did before I put the sumbitch on there, because I done got aggravated as shit. My wife knows I'm mad. She brought me a latte because she loves me, and I can't take it no more. I thought this was gonna be a one-day thing, but then you film and it turns into, oh, this is a damn 2-day thing. I ain't got no badass lift or nothing. I got some lattes. So I thank the Lord for that, but I'm getting so pissed off because I'm in here trying to get that bolt. And what do you know? I done run over some dog shit while ago in the backyard. And what does this look like? This right where my face got to be to see it. So I've been breathing in this dog shit. It's probably in my effing beard. I'm over it, man. I might would have just paid a couple $100 to do this son of a bitch, but I've already halfway through. So we rolling to the other side. I'm not going to film the other side because I just did the left side. I showed you exactly what to do. But once I get that side done, it's going to be dark. And I'll run the air hoses tomorrow, show you how to do that. And then I'll do the Ranger. I'll leave my trailer where it's at and I'll pull my Ranger in the garage. I don't let it sit outside unless I'm at the camp. But it's a little bit longer than I thought. If I'd have had the right lifts and equipment, it would have been a lot better. But I do got a freaking badass mullet, son. Look at the freaking shadow over there on the wall. Huh? I mean, just praise the Lord for lattes and being able to work on your stuff. But I done got the red hats on this. I'd probably pay for it. Yeah. Unless you got a buddy or somebody, or you got some cool stuff, or you just like to get pissed off, I'd pay for this one to get done. Peace. All right, so full disclosure, the passenger side wasn't near as bad, probably because I knew what I was to do. I did overact a little bit. I would still do it by myself, but I'm still gonna be pissed off about it. Okay. That's just all there is to it. Passenger side was harder to me because of all those wires right there. You know, you got to fit it around those wires. The driver's side was easier to me because of those wires. What the fuck, Colt? You're so pissed off you can't even say what's going on. The driver's side was harder for me, okay, because of them wires. The passenger side was easier. Now, how hard was that to get out your mouth? Ooh, come on, Colt. Damn, I'm getting aggravated today. But regardless, damn, son, that shit'll piss you off. And I don't care if this son of a bitch is not safe for kids. Don't watch it. I'm aggravated right now. I've been all damn day just something after, one thing after another. Well, this done put me over the limit. I'm aggravated. Y'all probably gonna laugh y'all's ASS off me, but I don't care. I don't even care about it. I got these bags on. Boom, son. Yep, she's squeaking. Anyway, damn. I'm sorry to get so aggravated like that, but it ain't as easy as everybody just says, oh, it's always easy, you know? And I try to post the stuff that's hard for me. And this was kind of a pain in my butt. And, you know, I feel like I can do a lot of stuff. But this was on my nerves all day. This was it all day. I say the last couple hours, but I'm ranting and raving right now, but I'm aggravated. You know, I try to show y'all stuff that's hard. Like this damn bolt right here that I showed you on the other side where the damn dog shit was. I got to get in there now and tighten that son of a gun. It's going to take me 10 minutes. But it's getting dark. I don't have good lighting. I'm going to do the rest of the video tomorrow with the airlines. I'll go pull my Ranger back in the garage. But the bags are on. Everything's good to go. It really ain't that hard. It's just aggravating and time consuming, especially when you run into stuff that nobody else says you're going to run into. If you got a lift that, you know, everybody else uses, it'd be great, but it is a little aggravating. I'm sitting here using cinder blocks and a 3-ton jack off of F250. You know, it's just, you'll be able to do it. It's just going to be aggravating. But hey, I got bags on the sucker now. So we're going to put a little air in them tomorrow, run the lines, go check out the squat. I'm going to take it for a drive right now just to see how it is. But we'll get back at y'all tomorrow after I've done cooled off and had a few more lattes. Peace. All right, so first off, I need to apologize for yesterday's antics. Actually, I ain't apologizing for nothing. It's what happens. Another day, another latte. Bush. Anyway, it really ain't as hard as I was making it out to be. It's just, I started too late in the afternoon. I've been sweating all day at work. It was hot when I got here. It's 90-something degrees. The humidity's like over 100. It's hot. I'm in my garage. There's no airflow. You know, I'm trying to film, so like, it's not that hard. The driver's side was harder just for the sole reason that those wires are in the way. But once I got it in there, the passenger side was a breeze. But I knew I wasn't gonna be able to finish, and I was aggravated about that. I wanted to do it in one day, but it ain't no big deal. Today, all we gotta do is run the airlines. So that ain't gonna be bad at all. I bought a little T fitting. This is the T fitting. Most people, when they run, there's two airlines in here, and they go into each bag. Well, you can run them like separately to where there's two different air valves sticking out that you can fill up each bag individually, or you can bring them and then tie them both into this T right here, you see, and just have one valve where I just have to air up one and it airs them both up at the same PSI. I opted for this because it's just easier. I'm not, like I said, I'll be, when I get a camper, I'll maybe be towing a couple times a month, you know, where I would actually need air in the bags. I think you're supposed to ride around 5 pounds, so I'll always have 5 pounds, but I opted for the T. I'll link this in the video description as well. If you don't have the T, you just have two individual ones that you have to air up separately. But I'm putting air in here and it's shooting out, you know, the same PSI on each bag. It just tees it off. That's what I'm doing. All right, so this comes in one piece. So what I'm gonna do is just find the middle of it. You can cut it in half. About right here, looks good. And they say, don't cut it with a knife or scissors or anything. Well, this is the sharpest thing I got. It's an old PVC pipe cutter, but it's sharp, so. All right, another thing I forgot to mention, when I was hooking this up right here, this brake line was kind of close or a little bit touching it, so I just pulled it out a little bit. It says to do that in the instructions or whatever, but I just let y'all know I pulled this out a little bit. It was clipped in right here, and it's clipped in right there, and I just moved it a little bit. But now the next step is literally take this into the air hose I cut, and then, oh my goodness, and then I just plug it in. I can't see the camera. I am so sorry. I can't see. I plug it in right here. So I'm gonna do that off camera because I'm not gonna be able to get my camera up there to do that, but I'm just gonna plug it in there, and then I'm gonna run this line kind of down the axle, the rear axle right here, and zip tie it up. And I'm gonna do the same thing in the other airbag. I'm gonna plug that other line in, and I'll get it all zip tied up, and then I'll show you where I'm gonna put my valve or air valve where I'm gonna be able to air it up at. All right, so I don't know if you can see, but I've got it plugged in. Now, another thing I forgot to say, this is a heat shield right here. This goes over the line, goes up here, and it's gonna go like right here because there's your exhaust right there. All right, so pro tip, this is the passenger side bag that needs the heat shield. This friggin' heat shield won't fit over the valve stem end. So put it on the airbag in before you stick it in the fitting, because it's really hard to get that hose out of the fitting. So luckily I'm using the T and I don't need this one, so I'm just going to cut this right here. That way this will fit over it and I can slide it down the wire. All right, so I've got both lines run now. The passenger one, it just ran down the axle and up and over, and the driver side one, it just ran straight over and then straight up, and now I'm coming out right here, and I'm gonna put my filler valve in my gas cap. So right now I'm going to zip tie these to here, and I'm going to put my Union T somewhere in here, and then I'm going to zip tie the lines the rest of the way down and get it all secured. Okay, so I've got my two lines here. I'm now going to install the T. So I'm going to cut probably, I don't know where I'm just going to cut. So that one's cut, and then I'm gonna cut this one. Hopefully that's not too short or too long. So this is gonna just slide right in to this. Well, like that, and then this, just like that. And then this long piece I got left is gonna go from here up to where I'm gonna fill it at. Hey Greta. So now it says to drill a 5/16 hole where you want to put the air chuck at. I'm gonna put mine somewhere. I've already looked. That's where I kind of want to put mine right there. So there's a drill through this plastic. The two lines here are separated going underneath, so I'm not gonna hit them. I'm gonna drill right there and go through the metal on the back side. So plastic through that, through the metal. So let's do that. There's that. Got me a nice solid hole through there. Okay, on the back side, it says to first thread your hex head washer on there. And I've also got a star washer. And put that on there too. So now it's ready to come up from the back side. So, should be pretty close. I'm gonna have to get some pliers and just pull it a little bit towards me. Got that there like that. All right, so my arms weren't long enough to push up from the bottom and thread at the same time. Plus I couldn't see what I was doing, so I had my wife come out here. She put the nut on there for me while I got on the ground and pushed up from the bottom. Now I'm simply just tightening it up a little more. Got plenty of threads. I'll put this cover on. And there we go. Now if I want to air it up, I come over here with my chuck, take this off, and air that up. Now the last thing to do, I got to get on there and connect the last part of the T. So let's do that. Okay, so I'm going to leave a little bit of slack here, and I'll cut this right here. So that's a good cut, and then I'll put it in this T, push it in there, and I'll secure this to this right here. I'll zip tie it a couple more spots down here, and the last thing we have to do is put the heat shield on for the passenger side bag, and then we'll test them out. Let's roll. This is for anybody wondering what it looked like on the back side. So I just drilled through, nut washer on that side, and then the other side my wife threaded for me, and then I did the rest with them pliers. All right, so next thing is this freaking latte that needs to be cracked. Whoosh. I think that's number 8 latte job. Next thing, last thing, you got these pipe straps right here. It's probably going to take 2 of them to go. You have to put 2 together to go around. So 2 and 2 get 1. But so you bend it up at a 90 like this, okay, and then you take it and you bend it the top half at a 90 like that. That way that your strap has something to grab onto. So then it goes around your muffler, and these straps look like that, but we'll get under there and do that too. Okay, so apologize for not filming, but that's pretty self-explanatory. Like I said, you bend the little ears and you put the heat shield around. This is the resonator on the stock tip, and it's blocking the heat from hitting this airbag, and the hose here has a heat shield on it as well. Okay, so I'm gonna air it up to about 50, 60, 70 pounds and let it sit for 15, 20 minutes. Make sure I don't have no leaks. And then we'll do the trailer and the Ranger section then. All right, so I ain't got no leaks. Still got 50 pounds in the bags. I'm gonna drive the Ranger up on there, see what it lowers it or whatever. And then I'm thinking about airing the bags all the way down and then airing them back up to 50 pounds so you can watch the rear end, raise. But let's see what we got. $45. So it went from 43 with it on it before, with 50 pounds in it. Now it's at 45. I haven't got to really see what it looks like, but it looks real level to me. But I'm gonna go ahead and lower the bags, and I'll do like just kind of so you can watch, do like a time lapse or whatever, and then I'll blow them back up to 50 so you can see. All right, it's sitting at about 43 1/4. All the air's out. Now I'll air it back up to about 50. It goes to 100. I'll air it back up to 50 and you can watch it raise again. All right. That's 50 pounds back at 45. So, you know, I don't have onboard air or built-in anything like that, but this works just fine for me, and that ain't the air compressor I'm gonna have for all times. I'm getting an ARB dual compressor. That's the plan. I'll mount it in the bed or something like that, or where I can lift that window and air up right there. But even if I got to, I can get air at the gas station the couple times I'm pulling my camper a month, you know. So this is just a lot more practical for me. It's not hard. And I saved $600, and the job really wasn't that bad. I just cracked another latte off camera. I couldn't wait till the camera was rolling. So that's number 9. It's about a 9 latte job. It's not hard. It's just, it was more time consuming than I thought the first day, and I was getting aggravated, but you could do it easily. Just, you know, you're gonna have to have, if you're sitting on 37s, you gotta have a tall, you know, some jacks to hold the frame up, where you gotta jack the axle up and then put the stands there on the frame and let the axle drop so you got room to put the bags in. I was trying to do it without doing that. You can't. But you know, just take your time, have some lattes. It ain't as bad as I was thinking, as I was saying it was. I just was aggravated yesterday, but I'm glad it's done now. So I appreciate y'all watching. You know, if you haven't, hit that like button, subscribe, and let me know in the comments if you like where I put the air valve. I had a buddy that did that, so I kind of thought that was a cool spot. Keeps it out of the weather and everything too. And if you got any ideas for the next video, hit me up. Till then, peace.